Welcome back to the bench, guys. Today we're having the age-old discussion. Do we build a gun from the ground up?
Or do we buy an upgrade? Jason?
So I crunched the numbers on starting with a basic build like this Radical RF-15, and then what it would cost to retrofit it to our QRG 13.9 build for somebody that might have the basic rifle of this as an end goal. And surprisingly, the cost difference was almost negligible. It was about $100 more to buy the rifle first and then outfit it to where it had all the features and accoutrements that this one has. The question might be, which one is the right one for you?
Yeah, you want to go over some pros and cons of starting from the Radical and building up?
So I would say the biggest pro starting off would be that gets a rifle in your hands faster, especially in this economy. Not everybody's got the $1,600 to just go straight to the QRG 9, or I'm sorry, the QRG 13.9. This gets you a rifle that you can get in your hands, get shooting with, get familiar with, um, and you can absolutely start upgrading parts as you grow into the rifle. Um, that option's also kind of nice because you can prioritize what features you want to pursue first. So, I mean, as far as taking the 16-inch rifle and ultimately converting it to a 13.9 pin and weld and stuff, you can start with the important stuff. I want to upgrade my trigger. I want to reduce the recoil with a hydraulic buffer. I want to get a ambidextrous, enhanced latch charging handle. Those are creature comforts that you're going to notice right off the bat before we start getting into some of the other things that you can do to make that like this. However, one of the drawbacks to think about is for people getting into it and this being their first rifle and stuff like that. Um, at the end of the day, you're going to be, like I said, about $100 more into the weapon, and you're going to have leftover parts. People like me, people like Matt, we don't mind having leftover parts, but some people, they're not looking to have spare parts just lying around, taking up room in a drawer, in a closet, what have you. But
Just parts for builds.
I was going to say, I'm the type of guy where I'll be like, oh, I found a D10 spring and I have to do another build, but that's not everybody, and some people don't like being set up like that. So it really just kind of depends on what your budgetary constraints are and
How soon you need the rifle?
how soon you need the rifle. Yeah.
So if you're dead set, I need a rifle now, great way to go and upgrade as you go. And then with the upgrades, like you said, you can prioritize. Cool. Trigger first. That's what I would do.
And you don't have to do all the upgrades at once. You can absolutely just chip away at them as feasible.
Speaking of chipping away, what would be the benefits of going this route?
So this rifle is going to overall be shorter, which is especially going to be nice when running the suppressor on there. Your suppressor is going to add a certain amount of length to it, and so a lot of guys will want to go as short as possible. However, given the tomfoolery of the ATF, a lot of people are still focused on making sure that it is still a full-length rifle, which is why we've got a 13.9 pin and welded. Um, this one is going to have a quad rail, so four-sided Picatinny rail, which is going to have better heat dissipation than the radical arms. Um,
Which
how far are we
has
going?
an M-lock rail.
Which has an M-lock rail, which is nice and lightweight, but it's also got a lot of cutouts, and therefore, when it starts heating up, there's not going to be very far for your hands to go before your hands start heating up. Um, I mean, other than that, this build does have a lot of bells and whistles. Like I said, upgraded trigger, recoil reduction. It's going to have a Sprinco buffer spring, which is a spring you'll only have to put in this guy once, whereas the Radical is going to have your standard mil spec buffer spring, which a lot of people don't realize actually needs to be replaced every couple thousand rounds, just because they're designed to be swapped out regularly. But your buddy that was in the Army or your buddy that was in the Marine Corps that tells you, I never had to swap a buffer spring, that's because the armorers came and did it when you didn't have your weapons drawn. Sorry, but that's the way it is. Those springs are designed to be swapped out every once in a while because they do wear out. They're not properly cryogenically treated like springs are.
Well, sweet. Thanks for the time, and we will see you guys next time.
Stay safe.
Stay